Does any of you know Marshall McLuhan? She knows him because they are both from Canada. You don't need to know Marshall McLuhan anyway, you only need to know the sentence that he's most famous for, and it's this one. The medium is the message. Correct. What does that mean for you, to you, when you're presenting? It means that you are the message. If you give a weak presentation, it doesn't matter what your content is, your message will fall flat. On the other hand, if you can manage to give a strong impression and to come across as confident, like you believe in your own message, then your message will resonate with people. If you come across as powerful, your message will be important. Otherwise, it will be not. Now I have an agenda for you, and I have realized that my presentation is very advanced. I will give you now the first example.
Christopher Johnson McCandless.
Now imagine this guy had started speaking. Would you take him seriously? Would you listen to him? Would you think and believe that what he has to say is important? I think not. Why not? Does anybody want to take a guess? The guy basically jumped on stage. He was rushing there. Now, of course, this is a movie and it's exaggerated. However, I can see it all the times with people that when they are calm, they always do this. They are in a hurry to go on stage. That makes you come across as juvenile, nervous, scared. Now, I don't want you to go on the opposite. The opposite is the dickhead move, I call it. Letting people wait on purpose. It's a typical power move in business. I don't want you to do that. But I also don't want you to rush. Coming across as confident and powerful is also about striking that balance where you're not nervous and you're not a dickhead. If those two were to have a talk, who do you think had the most important message? Of course, it's this guy here, right? For a myriad of reasons. Among which also the fact that he's standing on a red carpet, right? But another one is that this guy, notice how he gives his hand out. When you walk on stage and you give your hand out far too in advance, that's a submissive sign. Why is it a submissive sign? Because sticking your hand out is a friendly signal, same as smiling, same as eyebrow raise, like this. And friendly is good, friendly is great, but too friendly, it becomes submissive, and it takes away from your power, your authority, and your message. So when you walk, I would like you to do this instead. Walk until you are around 20 centimeters, and then you stick your hand out. Don't go too far in advance like this, and don't stick it too far away. Another option is a move that I've seen Obama doing a lot of times, which carries a lot of power, a lot of passion, without sticking his hands out. And it's a bit like this, like you cock your arm, as if you were about to shoot. And then when you go there, it's a bit like this. It's as if to say, good to see you, man, but without the submissiveness of sticking it out too far in advance. Now, the second feature of his wrong handshake was this. Imagine for a second now we're not in Germany. As I've been told, you can go in jail to make any joke like this. Let's not call it the German salute, let's call it the Roman Emperor salute, which was, I'm not going to do it, but I want you to do the opposite of it. Try it. Seriously, try it. Do this. Does it feel powerful? No, it doesn't. It's so weak that it seems like a joke. It's ridiculous, right? Because this is the submissive way of shaking hands. This is the way of saying, Pater Noster, please help me and make people listen to my speech. Do you want to beg people to listen to you? When you are begging people, people don't want to listen. Now, what does that have to do with a handshake? This is the famous upper end. Are you aware of the upper end? Great. Alan Pease says that more than 70% of business executives will try to give you the upper end. When they give you the upper end, you are with your palm up. So they are making you the submissive part in the relationship before you even start the relationship. You don't want to go on stage and have somebody give you the upper end like this. By the way, this is another dickhead move. I'm not telling you here that you should give the hand like this. You should keep it completely vertical. However, in your life, you will meet dickheads that will want to take a power position on you. What can you do then? Many options. You could not shake his hand at all. You could just look at him and say, don't play those games with me, man. In normal life. On a stage, it's difficult not to shake somebody's hand, right? So I'll give you a few tips in case somebody is giving you his hand like this. One is that you could sit on his left side. No, sorry, on his right side. What happens is that when you walk, people will see your hand on top. So even if he's trying to give you the upper hand, still people see your hand on top. This is a game that politicians play all the time, by the way. Politicians look where the camera is, and then they try to position themselves in a way that they give the upper hand. Other option. If you could not take the left side, then you can clasp his hand on top of it. 2. Number 3, you can grab his arm or his shoulder, like this. Good to see you. Or like this. Another option could be to look at him a bit aggressive. I never recommend aggression, of course, but in this case, you don't want to go on top. You only want to even the odds. He was the one trying to make you submissive, right? So you can shake your hand, look at him a little bit angry, and you say, I know what game you This is the upper end. When you go on stage, try to pay attention, not to take the submissive hand. Otherwise, you already...
Incredible comic book series called Neon Future. So please put your hands together for my very dear friend and our next speaker, Tom Bilyeu.
Thank you for that. That was awesome. Jay Shetty, the man. Yeah, Jay Shetty.
I told you this is very advanced. This is a small detail, but it's a combination of small details that make the difference between the good speaker and the great ones. Have you noticed anything weird in his entrance?
In the what?
In what?
Anything strange in his entrance, especially connected to the dynamics of power. He's had this great introduction. He walks in, this is the audience. He does not look at the audience once, and the first thing he does, he opens back. Thank you for your introduction. And then he does it again. Thank you is the man. What's the problem with that? One is connected to the feedback that we gave earlier. If you don't look at people, it's disrespectful. And it comes across as if you don't have the confidence to look at them, which is especially important when you're starting and when you're going on stage. The second one is that he gives the attention away. This is your grand entrance. Why are you pointing all the attention towards somebody else? And it makes you come across as a bit nervous. Standing here is difficult because it's like having a beamer. The beamer, the more important one, not the literal one, is the audience, right? The moment you enter, you don't look at them, but you do this. It's as if you cannot stand that power and you need to redirect it away. So when you enter on stage, if you have an important message, this is your time. You need to bask in that attention. You might have a great respect for the person who introduced you. It must be the most awesome person ever. But don't point it anymore. Enter on your stage, stand in front of the audience, look at the audience, not at the presenters. This is about you and the audience. You use all your time. This is connected to the previous point, actually. What happens is that, especially if you are presenting in a battery of speakers, and there are people before you who have more experience, maybe you're a PhD and somebody before was your professor, maybe you're a professor and somebody before is a Nobel laureate, or whatever. The tendency of many people is to diminish themselves, to aggrandize somebody else. So they will say something like, "Oh my God, it's such an honor to share the stage tonight with Professor Nobel laureate X." Now, when you say that, you are giving power to somebody else, and that's great, usually. But when you're standing on stage to deliver your message, you don't want to decrease your power to aggrandize somebody else. Again, this is your time. You have to use it all. Right now, it's by your message. You want to save the environment, right? You want to teach people something. Use that time all for your message. Don't talk about anybody else. Please.
Maybe a comment also on the video you showed us before, and also about your explanation that, like, to me, it gave a very good feeling, like looking on the person who gave a hug makes him more reliable. He's like very good with his friends or colleagues.
Yes.
And like I think, to my point.
Yes. Look, the hug was perfect. I agree. Then it's also about how you want to come across. Now, I only have 20 minutes, so I need to be quick. As I said before, it's about walking that line. So even the person who comes and jumps on stage and starts talking quick, that can be powerful in a way because it communicates you're passionate. You want to get your message across quickly. You want people to listen to you as quickly as possible. Listen to me, I've got this great idea. That can work. The problem is that when you go too quick, that communicates passion, but not power. In the end, what carries you to victory in the long run is staying power. When you go too quick, when you rush, you're not communicating staying power. Passion takes away from your power. You can still be passionate and powerful, but then not by rushing on stage, not by rushing your speech all the way to the end. Talking about the one you say, the hug, that communicates warmth rather than power. Now, my speech is about power, but warmth is also okay up to a certain point. I'm all about hugging. I like hugging people when we exchange stages. However, you don't want to talk about somebody else too much. A little bit can be okay, but I've seen it many times, even experienced speaker, and they are with somebody on the stage who's so awesome, and they spend 2 minutes talking about them. That decreases your power. This is your time. Your message is important. A very quick word. Thank you so much. This guy's amazing. I love it. Now, back to my talk. Like that is okay. Talking about somebody at length, then it decreases your status. Alright. Stay vocally neutral. Finally, we have discussed all the way from your seat to the stage. Now you finally start speaking. Hi guys, my name is Lucio. We already talked about this before, and this is such a common occurrence that even experienced speakers do it. I do it, Eva does it, Therese does it a little bit, Roy does it sometimes. So how can we correct it if even experienced speakers fall for it? One great way is to go on the opposite end of the spectrum. Instead of trying to stay neutral, which as we've seen is very difficult, you want to go down. Imagine you're a conductor of your own life, of your own voice, and this is your baton. My name is Lucio. I am a sociologist. Do it 100 times until you get used not to go up with your voice. Because going up with your voice, as we said before, will take away from your power. Again, how to be effective socially. One thing that is not effective for your power and on stage can be effective somewhere else. For a woman, going up with the voice can be cute. It's as if she was saying, protect me. So on a date, that could work. On a stage, when you want to communicate professionalism, power, and authority, you need to get rid of that. Now, my speech was strongly about very advanced stuff. This is your 20%. Your 80%, you all know the Pareto law, right? Your 80% are the basics, are the breathing that we saw. It's how you stand, it's how you move, it's how you talk. It's not using filler words, and it's not going up with your words. Once you take care of your 80%, then you can also take care of upper end and all the other stuff. And at that point, knowing that will take you from good to great. Thank you guys.